if somebody had used River State money to sponsor them in election, that does not mean that you must kill everybody in this state. The people have made their choice. The people say, look, don't push us. This is where we want to be. Why not let it be? Why do you think you will cause crisis in the state to declare a state of emergency and then put whom you want to put in? It's unacceptable. That's not democracy.
All right, so there is absolutely nothing Wike has not condemned in the time past. Thank God the internet never forgets. And by the grace of God, some of us have taken it upon ourselves to quench the thirst of the Mugu followers he carries around and the dullards, the hypocrites that moves around and defend every rubbish he does in the name of ideology, to say that this man doesn't have an ideology. That's him. At this point in 2016, because of course in the heat of his political drama with just a year after he assumed governorship of Rivers State with SY governor and former minister Rotimi Amechi, all of the things he was, these were things he was scared about, and he was thinking that Rotimi Amechi was going to heat up the polity because he was then heating the polity and all of that, and maybe the Rotimi Amechi involvement in the federal government of the APC, then they would not declare it. That is him saying there that it's unconstitutional and it's not democratic. And all of this is exactly the same prototype as what Wike has replicated now that he's left office. What is it that Wike has not condemned? Condemned godfatherism. In fact, told Ambode to jettison and fight Bola Ahmed Tinubu. It is on record. I posted that here. He's condemned political stressing. That is daring godfathers being overbearing of their godsons and political successors. He's spoken about that. He's condemned all of the things happening in the APC and the cancer and malaria analogy. Don't forget, he's spoken about that. There is actually nothing that Wike has not condemned. And guess what? Every single thing he has spoken against, he has come out to replicate them or to perform them. So obviously the man is without ideology. And so, of course, I understand that our people are even worse than our politicians. So when I see people hang around these guys and dare them and support them and speak about them, somebody called me out on his page one time, an old friend, and was telling me that, I spoke against Wike going into Bayelsa, whereas I am complaining or lamenting that Reverend Father Hyacinth of Benue State refused Peter Obi's entrance into Benue. I said Wike was going to do a political jamboree. Peter Obi's movement into Benue wasn't political. It was charity, purely humanitarian. And if you stop a humanitarian, that thing that Hyacinth has done, Reverend Father Hyacinth has done, is huge. It's huge, and he's going to stand in for it. There are people, whether or not, sometimes I used to tell people personally, I am not the person that wants to give arms and helps publicly. A lot of the times, I've said it here, I've wanted to help people and people just go to my DM. Every time I have to give money out to people publicly, and this is not encouraging anybody to go, but I have to stop at some point. Every time there are people that come to my DM and I can go through to say, okay, this person, because of status and whatever, the person may not want to publicly ask. I've ignored some, but sometimes I say, okay, I could give to a few. Right? So, but guess what? I will not condemn people that do it, because whether or not somebody is cloud chasing or cloudtina or cloud, whatever the person is doing, somebody benefits at the end of the day. Somebody takes money around with camera, somebody is going to get that money. That money is going to help your family. So even if you think that Peter B is doing this as a political cloud, but are there people going to benefit? To hospitals, schools, IDPs he has visited, these things will go. There's a sense, minus the money, there's a sense of belonging, sense of value that it gives to these guys in the IDPs, that they feel that at least somebody has visited them and there's hope. Somehow on the day, whether it's water, whether it's biscuit, something goes around, whether it's manna to survive them for that period, it works. So banning him from coming because of your affiliations with the APC, and like I said in my post, the write-up I made, it goes to show that the APC is a devilish, demonic, and wicked party. Because even a Reverend Father can be submerged in all of the wicked art of overbearing politicking. I thought you would have been able to look into that and say, no, but that's going too much. He stood So again, like I said, so I told the guy, I said, but remember that Wike has also spoken publicly against former Bayelsa State Governor, now Senator Serake Dixon, coming in to greet the Ijaw people in Rivers State through a traditional ruler. Wike threatened to say he almost removed him. That's how much of power and abuse he exhibits when he's around. And then, so I reminded him of all of that. I'm waiting for further response. What is it that Wike has not stood for or stood against that in no distant time he has come to embarrass himself? This is him again. The same state of emergency that him and his political father Tinubu has done conveniently in Rivers is what he spoke against here, because at that time he was scared. So it is him now, nobody. Everything that we have used to fight Wike, on this internet, he has been the one that provided it. He spent years providing content for, just like let me not even go there. Provided the content that we are using. There is nothing. You can just know that this one is an hypocrite. No ideology, no stand. He just says it. And I see people that count Wike worthy. I see look at you that you need psychiatric evaluation. If you can't Wike worthy for any reason, it's okay for him to be bulldozering the PDP and destroying and trying to. So for APC guys, it makes sense. But people that think that personally, that Wike is a human being that they can take and sample and put in between smart people, intelligent people, or people with ideologies or with vision, forget it. I've said it here before and I'll continue to say it. If you put Tinubu and put Wike, and people will choose Tinubu over Wike. It's a fact. People will choose Tinubu over Wike. And that's a very terrible. Even Tinubu was never in the bad books of Nigerians until he midwifed the coming of Buhari into power in 2015. He was never in the bad book of Nigerians. But look at Wike now. With several years, just 57 or 58, several years ahead, he's condemned his political journey. The most he can have is to have appointment. Of course, the guys now sit on top of the electoral system and they can do anything. But for someone like Wike, it's a vow for some persons. Elective office, forget it. Even if he wants to contest local government chairman, we will mobilize to go to be able to vote in that. He will never. You should forget it. That's it. I'll catch you another time. And I'm not joking. Okay.